What's up, everybody? Welcome back, Countercap TV. This is Splash. Birmingham, day one. It's already been crazy in the pools, in the open bracket. We've got a lot of stuff to get into, and we're going to jump right in with Pool A. And we're going to go pool by pool and break all of this down. But in Pool A, we had E United 3-1ing, beating Epsilon 3-1. 3-1ing is a thing, I guess, but whatever. We're gonna let it rock. Next up, Rise versus Echo Fox. Echo Fox playing with a fill-in. That is Nagafin replacing Saints for this event. Saints has a very well-documented history of not being able to travel out of the country for whatever reason. And so, yeah, Gunjar filled in for him previously. Now it's Nagafin's turn to step up. And Echo Fox looked a little slow. Like I said, they got 3-1 by Rise. It is what it is. Rise is a great team. They're still playing pretty hot. You couldn't expect much out of a team that hasn't had this much time to practice. Rise continued in the pool. They 3-2'd Epsilon, which was a very close series. A little unexpectedly, ended up going round 11, game 5. Rise taking that. Props to Epsilon, though. They looked really good in that matchup. Echo Fox putting it together a little later. 3-1ing E United. Strong hardpoint showing from Echo Fox. Even with the fill-in, they looked like they weren't really missing a beat. E United responded with a very strong CTF, though. Ultimately, Echo Fox was just too much for them, which may have been a little motivating, because what happened next? EU 3-0ing Rise for just in an unbelievable fashion, taking convincing wins in hardpoint and CTF. Clayster with the highlight of the day, getting a ridiculous turn on. TJ Haley just got destroyed. It was unreal. Super fun to watch. To close the day, Echo Fox Pool A 3-0ing Epsilon. Epsilon not looking as hot as they did. It is what it is. We know that team has struggles. Nothing you can do about it. Moving on to Pool B, you had TK 3-0ing Vitality to kick it off. FaZe 3-0ing Unilad, and then FaZe playing again right away, taking Vitality, who had a very good hardpoint game in the first map, but ultimately couldn't find anything else afterwards. FaZe with a 3-1. Unilad 3-2 TK. Game 5 loss. Beating TK in Game 5 is not easy to do. Props to Unilad for being able to close that series out. Next up, TK went right back at it against FaZe, which again ended up going last map. Somehow FaZe let USS Texas get through, one of Team Caliber's best maps, and so they clutch out S&D once again. No real surprise that TK manages to pull it off, but you gotta think that FaZe's gonna regret that veto. Next up, we have Vitality, 3-2 over Unilad. A little surprising, but Vitality's been looking okay, man. They took a map off of FaZe with that crazy 250, 249 situation, and ultimately they didn't look too bad today. They had some pretty good showings. Didn't translate into wins, but it looks like they're playing a little more consistently, and if they can keep doing that, they're putting themselves in an even better position, event after event. Moving on to Pool C, we have Envy, 3-0ing Reckless to start off the day. Optic, 3-1ing EG. They lost a very close Arden Forest in that one map loss to EG. Optic just not looking very strong at that map currently. I think they won it once today. They did manage to 3-1 Envy. That's a pretty good accomplishment considering that Optic is switching up their style. They're putting Formal in the new AR role. He looks to be doing pretty well in that. It's not a new AR role, but it is for this game. You've had Crim 6 as the primary AR for most of the year. Now they've made the switch. Optic looks like they haven't missed a step. Reckless, the old era roster, taking a series 3-1 over EG. Not too surprising. Those teams are about equal level playing in this game. They've been, like I said, they've both been middle of the road. Said that earlier this week in the Pool C breakdown. Optic Gaming, for the first time since Division A kicked off, finally beating Reckless. Reckless won that St. Marie S&D. Those guys are great at it. You've seen it a million times. Again, OG really struggled on that Arden Forest map. CTF on that map, just not their strong point, but they came back with a hot London Dock search, took that pretty cleanly, and to round out Pool C, we had Envy taking the series against EG 3-1. Pool D, Splice, like I said in the breakdown for Pool D, that home crowd must have done something to them because they come out hot and take the series against Red Reserve 3-1 in the first match of the day. That hard point, 250 to 56 on the last map. unreal showing from Splice. Red Reserve just looking flustered. Luminosity beating Mind Freak 3-2 in a hotly contested series. The S&D on Arden Forest was a 6-4 last map. That's a pretty good showing from Mind Freak if you ask me. Real hard to beat LG these days, and they nearly pulled it off. Proving my point that it is hard to beat LG. They 3-0'd Red Reserve in the next match. Red just not starting out well. We've seen this from them in a couple of events now. They don't get off to hot starts, but they managed to turn it around. And I saw some tweets and things like that, posts from the players, and it looks like they're just over it. They want to be at playoffs. They weren't really prepared for this event, it doesn't seem like. They don't, you know, with all the monitor chaos and the stations being out of whack, it looks like a lot of the players are just over this event already, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? You know, you live and you learn. Maybe the next time we come back overseas, they'll have figured it out, but unfortunately, it just hasn't happened for this event. Splice stayed hot, taking a 3-0 over Mind Freak. Didn't really look too hard for them. And then also, they continued their role here. I don't know where this came from Splice. We know they're a good team, but they haven't shown it a lot recently. But they take the series 3-2 over LG. To close out the day, Red got it back on track. They 3-0'd Mind Freak. Mind Freak has not been playing bad, so that's a pretty good win to be able to just go ahead and send them home. And that's all for pool play, but I do have a few open bracket notes as we're approaching the end of the open bracket, getting everyone settled into pool play. The first match that caught my eye when looking at the pool play bracket, E6, General Cinder, Diabolic, and ABZ will play Complexity tomorrow for pools. Heretics and Giants will play each other. Unfortunately placed up against each other, but that's going to be a really good match. Can't wait to see that. And it looks like Monaco, which is a primarily French team. I do not know if all 4 players are, but I'm fairly certain 3 of them are. They'll be taking on Vast, which is Swarley's team. Swarley, of course, been around for years, filled in for E United last year during the Gunless Meltdown. The last match that I'm aware of, yeah, this is the last match for pool play to settle who's going in. Cyclone GG, which is the European team of Quicker, Zed, Brain, and PD, playing Gone Gaming, which is BL Fire, Legal, Havoc, and Mosh, no strangers to CWL competition. In the losers bracket, the teams of note that I have are GGEA Purple, that is, of course, Marky B and Urban's team. You may recognize those guys. Mark played for Infused, Epsilon, Millennium, and Dignitas over the years. Urban played for Millennium and Red Reserve. Easy G is still in. Some names that you might recognize there: Jay Hayes, Stumpy, Atura, Parzelian. They're surviving right now. And Lightning Pandas. In the losers bracket, but still in the tournament, Censor, Goonjar, Exotic, and Royalty. It's going to be a rough road for anybody in that last part of the list. They've got a very hard day ahead of them tomorrow. They got to make a run if they want to do something, and there's not a whole lot of margin for error here. I can't wait to see what day 2 brings. Day 1 was insane. I've enjoyed watching it. I've enjoyed breaking it down, collecting the notes. That's it for me, guys. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with the news, my thoughts, whatever it is. I'll be bringing it all tomorrow. It's at Countercap, the same way you see it on your screen right now, just minus the YouTube at the end. I appreciate you all sticking it out with me. Enjoy day 2 of Birmingham. Come back tomorrow night. I'll have another update video. And yeah, that's it, guys. Peace.